It's Arj Barker!
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's great to be here in Melbourne. Later this year, I'll head up to another one of the classic Australian cities, Brisbane. Brisbane has I think they have my favorite nickname of any city. Does anyone know what that is? BrisVegas. That's a classic nickname because a lot of times with nicknames you say, where'd they get that from? How'd they think of that? But with BrisVegas, you understand right away. The second you get off the plane, you say, oh, I get it now. Las Vegas is in a dry, arid desert, and Brisbane is in a subtropical floodplain. Las Vegas has about 1 million casinos of every size, shape, and theme imaginable, and Brisbane has one. And it's a library theme. But perhaps the most striking comparison of all, and everyone knows the answer to this, what happens in Vegas? Exactly, and why is that? Because you did some crazy shit there. You don't want your partner, your boss, or your children to find out about it. Well, similarly, what happens in Brisbane stays in Brisbane. However, this is because people rarely leave Brisbane with a story worth telling. Whoa. Okay. I think you guys like that too much. I'm not putting down Brisbane, quite the contrary. Let me tell you what happens. I've been to Brisbane about 30 times for work, and every single time, what happened to me? I met some awesome people, I ate some amazing food, and then I had super fun shows, and then I left. Well, you know what? That's not a story worth telling. That's batshit boring. If you think about it, for a story to be worth telling, something kind of bad has to happen. That's what makes the listener want to hear the story. Like, you know, somebody went to the police station or a hospital, and so I don't have a story from Brisbane, and I hope I leave Melbourne without a story. I have a story from Denver, Colorado, where just about a year ago, I was punched in the back of the head by an adult male. Properly punched. It was about an hour after the show, about a block from the theater. It was about midnight. And me and a friend were just chatting, and dude just walked up and just punched me in the back of the head and then took off in the night. And by the time I figured out what happened, all I could think was, great, now I'm gonna die. But after about 45 minutes, I thought, I'm not dead. But I got a bruise, and I got a tender bruise on the back of my head, and I got a headache. I got a thumping headache. And I got a story. And I have to admit, at that moment, I was filled with joy. And I couldn't wait. I started calling my friends and waking them up in California to tell them what happened. They said, what? Dude punched you, Arj? Was he at your show? Well, I don't think so. And how crappy of a comedian do you think I am? That even at the worst show I've ever done, anybody's sitting in the audience going, no. Heckling's too good for this guy. I'm gonna king hit this motherfucker. I'm gonna toy with him. I'm gonna track him for about an hour. And get real comfortable. But even after I said that, I regret that because the preferred term is coward's punch. Back in the States, we call it a sucker punch, because that's what cowards do. That's what suckers do. And also, calling it a king hit almost makes it sound cool, which it's definitely not. And it's also just simply incorrect to call it a king's hit, because that's not a king's hit. This is a king's hit. Hit him. Thank you very much. Thank you.